Welcome everyone to the catering kitchen of the Oscar N. Harris Student Union. We're excited to welcome alumni and their families here today to cook cookies with us. We have some very special guests in the studio with us. Today we've got Chef Kristen, Gladys, and Gaylord.
Folks at home, please feel free to press pause on your television as we go through the process. There will be small intervals where you'll have to have a time lapse, and we're very excited. Looking forward to making some great cookies.
Okay, we're ready. Roll humps, we're ready.
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Now we're going to get ready mixing the ingredients together. The first process is called the creaming method. So you start with your sugar first, then you want to add your softened butter. Softened butter is just going to help to make it mix more evenly and smoothly, kind of speed the process up a little bit. Then we're going to take our mixer bowl, use our paddle. You could use a whisk if you wanted to, but a paddle I find works much better. All right, and then we're going to raise the mixer, turn the mixer on low, maybe second speed, and we're gonna let that go for about 5 minutes. It's gonna come together and it's gonna go from a yellow color to a very pale white color. It kind of look like mayonnaise almost. It's very important that you wait to get to that stage. In fact, the longer you wait, the better cookie you're gonna get.
4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
All right, so now we've creamed our sugar and our butter. This is kind of the consistency and the color that you want to get out of it. You can tell that it went from yellow when you put it in from the egg yolk to more of a pale white. And then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. Also during the process, have a spatula handy, kind of scrape everything down. And that's just going to make sure that we get everything incorporated properly. All right, so the next ingredients we're going to add are our vanilla extract. And we're going to add our egg. Once those are added, we'll put them back onto the mixer. Put our paddle back on. And start that on low. Now we're going to do this probably for about 2 minutes, minute and a half, 2 minutes, just to make sure that the egg gets incorporated into that mixture. And then we'll start adding our drying. If you get impatient like I do, you can go ahead and mix your salt and your baking powder in with your flour. It's all going to get mixed together anyway. So speed up the process a little bit. Once our egg is incorporated, we're going to add half of our flour, and then we'll add half of our flour at one time, and then half as it's incorporated from the first time. So now that the egg is fairly incorporated, we're going to slowly dribble that flour in there. Do it while the machine is running so that it's mixing as you're going. You don't want to turn the machine off, add the flour, turn the machine back on, and get a big pool of flour. And if you see it that it's not mixing quite as quickly as you'd like, you can turn the speed up a little bit. Go. And the rest of our flour. Mix until that's incorporated. This is the time when you try to find who's going to lick the bowl and the spoon.
Calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
All right, now everything is incorporated, and we are going to cool our dough, wrap it up in plastic wrap, and let it sit in the refrigerator for at least an hour or overnight.
This is where you're going to press pause, and we're going to let our dough chill.
Swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 gold
Now we're gonna get into the real fun, and we're gonna have Gladys and Gaylord make our royal icing for our cookies. Gaylord, if you would, please start with the confection sugar. Go ahead and pour both of those in there, and I'll take your empties. All right, next you're gonna add milk. And Gladys, if you could begin to whisk that and start incorporating those ingredients. Very good. So we want to get that nice and smooth and let that milk kind of dissolve that powdered sugar. If it starts to build up on the sides, you can get a little more aggressive with it and kind of shake the bowl around. Just have fun with it. All right, so it's come together pretty well. Gaylord, could you now add the almond extract? And finally, go ahead and add the light corn syrup.
Laugh and sing a swinging song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun.
Okay, Gladys, if you can continue mixing. We're going to mix that until it comes to the consistency of condensed milk, really. And then once that is done, that is the icing. You can add any color food coloring to really jazz it up. If you want to do Christmas colors, Easter colors, feel free. The more food coloring you add, it will give it kind of a chemical taste. So just keep that in mind. Maybe taste as you go, which is also kind of fun. Okay, so now we've got our chilled dough. This dough chilled for an hour, which is the minimum. And again, that's fine. You could also do it overnight. Now we're going to go ahead and roll it out so that we can cut our cookies out. Gladys is going to show us how to do that. We've got a nice floured surface that we're rolling it out on. If the dough gets a little sticky and starts sticking to your dough roller, just add a little bit more flour.
In one horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun.
And now now that it's kind of halfway done, you can really kind of just start getting in there. There you go. Put a little more pressure on. Yep. Be aggressive. All right. Quarter turn. There you go. Very good. Very good. All right. Look at that. So it's starting to build up just a little bit. So we're going to take a little bit of this excess flour and just kind of rub it on the dough. All right. Okay. All right. I think one more turn and we're good to go. I can help you. Always good to have a friendly helping hand in the kitchen. All right. If your dough comes apart while you're turning it, no big deal. Just put it back together, add a little pressure, and it's fine. All right, Gladys, great job. So now our dough is rolled out. We'll take our dough roller and set it to the side. We'll take our cookie cutters. And for this show, we've got some great camel cookie cutters. So go ahead and press those into the dough. Try to press it evenly. And use the circumference, use the shape of the dough to kind of help maximize how many cookies you get out of it. Right? So put the tip of the head all the way to the edge of the dough. That way you can go around in a circle and get as many cookies as possible. This batch recipe that I created for you is going to give you anywhere from 10 to 13 cookies.
The 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Fa la la la, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. of Christmas my true love gave to me. 6 geese a laying, fa la la la. 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Ha! The 7th day of Christmas my true love gave to me. 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, fa la la la. 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
So Gladys's cookie cutter is tending to stick a lot. So again, we're going to take that cookie cutter and just dip it in some flour, kind of get that edge built up. And I'm going to help her finish her last one.
La, la, la. 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. I gotta get that right.
Nice. So now we can just take the excess dough, kind of peel it away from any of the camels that are lingering around. Gaylord, you did a great job. Gladys, you did a great job. You can also take this excess cookie dough, form it back together, roll it back out, and get more cookies out of it. So at this stage, we're going to take our cookie sheet, kind of slide it into the middle of the table, and we're going to start placing the cut out cookies on an ungreased cookie sheet. You're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees, and we're going to bake these cookies for about 8 minutes. You want to space your cookies about 1 inch apart. As they bake, they tend to shift around. You want to give room for the heat to kind of move around and make sure that they bake evenly. All right, so now we've got our cookies. We're going to go straight into the oven for 8 minutes at 400 degrees. And the best part is yet to come.
11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, fa la la la. 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens.
Welcome back. Now we're to the fun part. We've got the fabulous icing that Gladys made, and we've got all sorts of decorations. We've got M&Ms, little sprinkles, sugar, candied sugar, and all sorts of things to put on our cookies. Make sure you've let your cookies rest for 20 minutes so they can cool off. They should be room temperature at this point. So I'm going to get started. Gladys, I'll do you first. We just want to dip them in the icing, get them really in there. Little twist off. Oops, that one didn't quite get enough. And then you might need to use your finger just to smooth it out a little. And then away we go with the sprinkles. Red or white, Gaylord? Red. All right. There you go. Go away with the sprinkles. Oh, good job. That is awesome. You ready for another one?
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun.
Let me just put this one over here. Oh, that's looking beautiful. More is more.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, the field we go, laughing all the way, bells on bobtail ring.
Oh my gosh, you guys are doing a great job.
What fun it is.
You're almost ready for another one.
Singing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Perfect. How are we doing over here? Oh, excellent. Not enough sprinkles? There you go. More is more, right? All right, you ready for one more? Red for you? Is that leading with purpose? There you go. You're loving those M&Ms. Very pretty. You ready for another one already? You're getting awfully fast at this. Oh, I'm breaking your camel. All right. Oh, you better pick it up over there, Gaylord. Gladys is beating you. Teamwork, I like it. There you go. Oh, look at you, beautiful. All right, last one. There you go. We're down to the final cookies now. Beautiful. I love it. Aw, she's so sweet. I love her. Perfect. And now we have our camels all decorated. Thank you everyone, alumni and families, for baking along with us. I hope you had a good time in your kitchens. We really appreciate you joining us. And don't forget to share the pictures of your cookies with us. Thank you for coming. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
In a pear tree. The third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me